Hello, how you guys doing?
Hi, it's Mike and Nancy from Living Phase 2. We are getting ready to go on a 9-day adventure to northern Michigan.
To the Upper Peninsula. We're first judging a barbecue competition, and then from there we're going over all the way over on the peninsula to Copper Harbor, and we have a cabin over there. We're gonna ride our ATVs, as you can see back here.
So much fun.
And we've got them hooked up, and we will help you. We'll hope you follow us along on this adventure.
Yeah, we're going to take you on the journey.
Yeah, see you guys in a little bit.
Michigan is divided into two peninsulas, the Lower Peninsula and the Upper Peninsula. The Lower Peninsula is what you think of as being the mitten. You're like, Detroit is over here, Grand Rapids is over here, and then you actually have the Upper Peninsula connecting to Wisconsin. We're way up here.
Yeah. This my thumb is the Kewadin Peninsula. This is where we're filming this today. However, today we're going to Sault Ste Marie.
Yes.
Show them on the map, which
so
is right up here.
We're going to cross the Lower Peninsula to the Upper Peninsula, crossing the Mackinaw Bridge, the Mighty Mac, and going to Sault Ste Marie. It's an easy drive from the Lower Peninsula to the Upper Peninsula. It's good 4-lane roads. The roads are good.
Yeah, and you can see, be careful a little bit because you can see lots of wildlife. We've seen everything from deer, bear. We've seen a bear on the road. We've seen elk. So it's a gorgeous drive. And then, of course, you get to the last city at the tip of the mitten, which is Mackinaw City, which is on the south side of the Mackinac Bridge.
We stopped there to have a quick lunch at a place called Wienerlicious.
We just couldn't resist. We back quite a while ago, we used to watch the TV show Chuck, and one of the main characters there, she worked at a place called Wienerlicious.
What are you doing here?
I work here now, Chuck.
Which was kind of a take of Wiener Schnitzel, the hot dog place. And we saw this, we thought, okay, we've got to give it a try. So let's cut over to that. We'll show you a little bit of our review and our experience there at Wienerlicious in Mackinaw City. So what's our verdict on Wienerlicious? Are they licious?
They're just a hot dog.
they're okay. The best one here was the Detroit dog. Their chili sauce is actually very good.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, and they use Kogel's hot dogs, which is a local brand here in Michigan. The hot dogs are good. They're skin on, so very traditional hot dog. But the rest are hot dogs. But you know what? If you're a fan of the show Chuck and you like you just want to stop for something fun, it's not a bad meal. Well, anyway, the next we'll be crossing the Mackinaw Bridge.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back. So right after we left Wienerlicious, we're going to cross the Mighty Mac, the Mackinaw Bridge, one of the most spectacular and the largest bridge in the Western Hemisphere, largest suspension bridge.
It's 5 miles long.
That's right. Some people are a little concerned about crossing it. The bridge itself is, the center span of the bridge is 200 feet above the water. As Nancy said, it's 5 miles long. And the water under the bridge is 300 feet deep. It opened in 1957 and it costs $4 to cross the bridge. But what I would say is really it's not difficult to cross. Some people, they won't cross it. They're kind of afraid of driving across like that. But when you're going across, it's 4 lanes, 2 lanes each way. The center lanes are a graded roadway, but the right lane is an asphalt roadway, just like any other road. And really, it's very smooth. It's, you don't hardly notice the bridge is so long. It's a nice, it's not like crossing maybe something like the Sunshine Skyway and that you really go up and come back down.
It really is a simple bridge to cross. The speed limit's 45 miles an hour, and if you're nervous at all, just stay in the right lane. Some of those semis are only going 25, 30 miles
or even less. Yeah, and you can just stay right behind them and go straight across. Yeah. So I would say it's certainly worth the crossing, and don't really worry about crossing the bridge. It's easier than you think. So, well, after we crossed the Mackinaw Bridge, we headed straight up. It's only about 30 minutes from there up to Sault Ste. Marie. And yes, it is pronounced Sault Ste. Marie. It's spelled what you might say like Sault Ste. Marie, but it is Soo. This is a charming little town.
It really is. We stayed at the Kewadin casino. Kewadin. I say it wrong.
The Kewadin Casino.
We were there for the Bordertown Brawl barbecue competition, which was being held there at the casino. The casino has a nice campground outside, RV park outside of it, and that's where the barbecue competition was held.
Right, and it is one of our favorites every year. Linda, who runs it, is just amazing, and all the teams, all our friends were there, so it's one of our reasons for coming up here. And when we come up for the Bordertown Brawl, then we always extend our stay, and we'll be showing you that extended stay to the rest of the Upper Peninsula of Michigan in our next video. But let's talk a little bit about well, first let's talk about the casino itself. It's not a bad place to stay when you come. In fact, the casino itself may have rooms available when their other hotels are full up in the Upper Peninsula, and that is a pro tip. We want to make sure that if you do decide to make the trip up to the Upper Peninsula, Michigan, book early.
Yes, because summertime is their touristy time, and it's their busy time.
Yes, absolutely.
But even their busy time, as far as traffic and things goes, it's not that busy.
That's right, but there's not that many hotels and things up here.
That's right.
The total population of the Upper Peninsula of Michigan is only 300,000 people for this huge area. It's beautiful, secluded. It's just the nature, the views and vistas are amazing here. But that pro tip, make sure that you make your reservations early and know where you're going. So let's talk about the casino a little bit.
Casino. Yeah, the casino, it's really beautiful. It's quite a pretty casino.
Yeah, the inside, it's got an indoor waterfall. If you're into gambling, they have two different gambling or casino rooms, and they have everything from live dealers to slot machines, everything. And it's a nice place if you want to go gamble. As far as the room goes,
the room was.
It was okay.
It's okay.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the room. It just was a little different. It was something we didn't expect. We actually had what we'd call on a cruise ship an interior cabin where our window looked out over the lobby or the main area of the hotel. It did not look outside. So one of those things you want to watch if you do book here is, are you getting an inside view window? Are you getting an outside? What do what's the view out of your window?
And I love the outside, so I love to be able to open the window and to see nature, and we were up on the third floor, and the roof of the lobby area was just right overhead, so there was no real light coming in from the window. It's kind of useless, really.
Yeah. And the rooms do not have a refrigerator, so if you need a refrigeration or anything, be aware of that.
Right.
But the room was functional, shower was good, the bed was good. But just be aware there are a few little things like that. Well, let's talk about the town of Sault Ste. Marie.
Oh my gosh, Sault Ste. Marie is charming. It is an absolute charming town. A lot of gift shops, just everything's really, really cutesy and well done.
Yeah, in Michigan we call them lake towns. It's obviously right there on Lake Superior, and you get the ice cream and the nice restaurants. And in fact, for breakfast we ate at Eau Crepe, and it was very, very good.
Delicious.
As many of you know, we lived in Europe for 4 years, and Nancy's always looking for a good crepe, and they did not disappoint.
No, they did not.
Yeah.
That was a great place to have breakfast.
Yeah, we highly recommend it.
They're open, I think, maybe till 7 o'clock at night, maybe even later.
Yeah.
So
well, check local listings.
So you can get both sweet and savory crepes there.
Yeah. Breakfast was very good there.
We had dinner one evening at the Wicked Sisters restaurant, which was quite delicious.
Yeah, the bar and grill. It was really good. Yeah, we enjoyed that. We don't eat a lot, when we have those barbecue competitions, because obviously we're full.
We get plenty of food.
That's right. As an example, we went to the Wicked Sister with some friends, and a great little place, but all I had was the Brussels sprouts appetizer after having all the meat.
And I had a salad.
Yeah. But no, very good. Drinks were good, and at a good price. Now, one of the biggest draws at Sault Ste. Marie is what's called the Soo Locks. Now, in this case, it's Soo, S-O-O, not S-A-U-L-T. They love changing the names, and the Soo Locks connect Lake Superior with Lake Huron, and really 7,000 ships a year pass through these locks. They are the linchpin of the Great Lakes, and they allow that free trade to move back and forth. In fact, 90% of the iron ore processed in the United States pass through the Soo Locks every year. They've built a wonderful viewing stand so you can sit and watch the vessels go back and forth as they go through the locks, and they change that 21 feet between Lake Superior and Lake Huron so that the ships are allowed to move back and forth. And we were fortunate enough to see the James B. Barker, one of the largest ships on the Great Lakes, traverse between the locks, and it was quite fascinating. We'll show you a little, you're seeing a little bit of video here of that happening.
And that ship, just so you know, it was 1,000 feet long and 100 feet wide, and I believe the locks are 110 feet wide. So they only had 5 feet on each side of that big barge.
Yeah, or maybe even a little less
freighter.
than that. Yeah, it was really tight, and that's one of the largest ships that can move through the locks. But really quite fascinating. Like I said, watching it go through, and you can watch it from the observation point. So after we watched the locks and finished up our time here in wonderful Sault Ste. Marie, we left and drove across the Upper Peninsula, Michigan, and we'll show you some of that in our next video. But we cannot recommend enough to come across the Mackinac Bridge, or if you're coming from the west, you can come up to the UP through Wisconsin, and you don't have to cross the bridge that way. But certainly coming from the east, you come from the Mackinac Bridge. Coming from the west, you come up north of Chicago, Milwaukee, and then up through the Upper Peninsula from Wisconsin. So we cannot recommend enough to come visit Sault Ste. Marie and the Upper Peninsula.
It's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous here. It's a great place to get away from it all. If you want to get away from the hustle and bustle of all the people, this is the place to come.
It is the place to come. So watch for other videos that we'll be showing you here with the Upper Peninsula, Michigan. We'll see you next time.
Take care.